guys, and welcome back to another video. So today it's the 9th of December and it's about 6:30, and I just wanted to sit down really and give you an update and kind of say like what's been going on, what I've been doing, how term 1 went, and why I haven't posted on YouTube the past couple of times I should have. And yeah, basically let's just hop right into it. So I'm going to timestamp this video and I'm going to talk about university first, and then about assignments, and then I'm going to talk about everything else at the end, more about my life, what's going on personally, and the things that I've been doing and things that I've been applying for and working towards and all that. That's at the end. So all the other stuff's going to be at the end. And I'll put the timestamps below if you just want to skip to that, you don't care about what's going on with uni. But I feel like for context it's easier to talk about what's going on with uni first. Term 1 was rough, pretty much is the best way I can put it. I know, and I said in my midterm update that I was going to get 2 more modules for the second half of term 1, and I was kind of apprehensive about how that would go. Yeah, it was hard. It was what I expected it to be, but I kind of just had a bit of a wobble throughout term 1 half, second half, so the last few weeks, and I've kind of mentally been a bit like, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people have been in the same space. I mean, I think, it's linked to the weather being awful and it being a lot darker outside, and generally reaching a point in the term where I was starting to burn out. And it's funny because I feel like I say all the time, like, oh, here's how to avoid burnout and all of this, and I don't take my own advice because I got really burnt out, especially around reading week, and then I thought I had a few days off and rectified that, but to be honest, those feelings just carried through for the whole of November, and most of this month that's just gone by since reading week has just been spent being tired, deflated, just low, and not really enjoying uni. I feel like my passion with the course has dwindled a little bit. But when I really sit and analyse it, it's not because I don't like what I'm studying. It's just because it's been so intense. The way that they've been firing stuff at us, and I've basically been doing 100 credits worth of content in 5 weeks. It's been a lot. So I haven't really been able to process it, and I think that's kind of what sucked the enjoyment out of it all, which is a shame because there are some modules that I've kind of took, like justice and allocation. I was really excited for that one, and to be honest, I have done the bare minimum for that all term. So basically the summary, because otherwise I'll go on about how depressing the last 4 weeks have kind of felt, is that there's been too much work going on. I haven't felt like I can do it all, especially alongside everything else that I do, and there's been other things going on in my personal life that are more important or have felt more important, so I've been focusing on them, which has basically led me to take a back seat at uni. And my kind of approach the last 5 weeks, to be honest, was very much the opposite of what it was at undergrad. At undergrad I was like, let's do everything, let's go above and beyond, and the last 5 weeks have very much been, if I need it for the assessment, I'll do it, and if I don't, I'm not doing it. And there were weeks, honestly, that I just skipped doing work, and I just would turn up to the seminar, audio record it on my phone so I can listen to it back when I'm in a better headspace, and then I'd pretty much just do something else for 2 hours, not even be in the class even though I'm in the class. That's how it was, because I was at a point where I was like, do you know what, I just don't want to be here anymore. If I wasn't financially committed and I wasn't the type of person, because I would feel really guilty or feel like it was a bad error or I could regret it if I were to drop out. I probably would have considered dropping out, but we're in too deep. But I know deep down that it's not because of the course or anything, it's just because I feel super overworked and I've got no time for myself, and that kind of had quite a negative impact on my mental health over the last couple of weeks. So basically I'm happy to be going into Christmas break. I get a month off. I mean, I do have an essay and 2 exams to do, but it's kind of more time off. What I'm planning to do over the month is spend the first week on my essay. It's 3,500 words. It's actually really interesting. I'm going to make a whole video about how I write my essays. I've done 2 of those before on my channel and they do really well, so, and I know you guys really like them and I really love filming them. So I'm going to make another one for that at the master's level, I suppose, and the topic is basically whether dead people have rights in a medical setting, and I think that's really interesting. So I'm super kind of excited to do that one, dare I say. But then the exams are a bit of a dread, just because, I mean, they are a take-home exam, but nobody likes exams. So there's that. And I'm hopefully going to have a week off over Christmas. I'm going back home, so I'm really excited to see my dog and, you know, see my parents. And I don't think I'm really going to see much family because it's tier 3 back home, so you kind of can't. But it's going to be good to just have countryside. I also feel like going off that, like, since I've been in my last month of just like mental breakdown, I haven't really been enjoying being in London. And I know that's because I feel like I've been overworked so that I can't enjoy London, and it's been in lockdown anyway. So it's almost, I kind of felt like, oh, I'm not enjoying being here because I'm just kind of stuck in an apartment. But I know that kind of like on the whole, as lockdown is lifting and things are opening, and I'm going to much more enjoy living here. But also I am super looking forward to going home, being in the countryside, being able to go for hikes and runs. And yeah, I'm just kind of looking forward to having like that break, like so bad, just having a few days off over Christmas to like watch movies and walk my dog and like get up at like lunchtime if I want to and just chill out. So that's kind of what's going to happen over Christmas. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it for the uni front, and now for everything else. So the first thing I'm going to mention, I think, is going to be Spanish. So Spanish has been a mixed bag this term. So the qualification that I'm taking is a level 2 in Spanish, and it's 30 weeks of teaching. So I've done 10 weeks and obviously got 20 to go. I am enjoying it. I sometimes just feel like, because it's a class and it's like a couple hours of homework a week and then an hour and a half class, like it eats into my time. So because I've been overworked, it sucks the enjoyment out of that, which has been such a shame. There have been weeks where I've just missed a class because I just basically, emotionally, I'm not in the right space for it, which is basically a shame to think that, especially because I'm paying for it. But I know that if I were to be in the class, it would just furtherly decline my mental health. So that's a common theme in this video. But other than that, the other weeks in Spanish have been really fun and I've really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely looking forward to like continuing the qualification on, and like especially next year, like going further and further. And I want to put together like an update video just about Spanish, for anyone that cares, and also for me and my own interest, basically about how 10 weeks of teaching has improved my Spanish, because I think it's improved quite a lot. And not necessarily in terms of like speaking it, but definitely in terms of actually understanding why things are said the way that they're said. So I'm looking forward to the rest of that course. So I'm reading my list. I made a note on my phone of just all the things I randomly jotted down that I've been sort of focusing on. And the next one on the list is the army. So I know that I mentioned in my 5-year goals video that I wanted to join the army as a reservist, and it's just something I've always wanted to do. And I put my application in July. I applied this year, and then when I moved to London, basically there's a whole ass process about applying to the army even as a reservist, and I've only just got an assessment centre date, which is basically the day where you go and do the medical tests and the fitness tests, and that's tomorrow. It will have happened when this video comes out, but it's the 10th of December, so literally I'm seeing across my room, I've got all my stuff laid out, ready to be packed, and that's kind of what I've been prepping for. So I found out that I had an assessment centre day 2.5 weeks ago, but I knew that it was coming up because when I moved here, my medical was green lighted, meaning that I was basically just on a waiting list and it could happen at any moment. So basically a few weeks ago, when I got the call to say that I was going to be going for an assessment centre, I was then focusing major on like more fitness and like better diet, better food, better sleeping, like everything, so that I would be in the best possible place I can be for when I go to the assessment centre. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also a little bit nervous for tomorrow. But equally, because I'm a reservist, you get sponsored to a unit, meaning that there are several different units around London, and you choose one and they say if they want you to join their kind of group. And when you get sponsorship, then you get to go to events, and every Tuesday I've been going to like different events, whether it's fitness stuff, whether it's drill, which is where you do all the parade like stuff, and that's literally not what it is, but that's like my go-to demonstration of parade. We've also got to do some really cool stuff where we do like room clearances, where we actually get to hold like the SA-80, which is like a rifle, and you know, go into rooms and clear them and do the whole practice grenade throw stuff. Like it's fun, right? And that's been kind of a really nice little distraction away from like all the intenseness of university, to be able to go on a Tuesday night, hang out with all these people that I don't know and haven't met, and get to know people, you know, and be pushed outside your comfort zone and be doing these other things that aren't academic. I've really enjoyed it, and it's also been a nice focus just working out fitness wise for over the last few weeks, having that as the end goal. Yeah, and going off that, yeah, is fitness. Like I've been working out 5-6 times a week, just trying to prep for the assessment centre, because my main worry for it was the upper body strength. You know, back in April I couldn't even do one push-up off my knees, so having that in my mind, I was kind of worried about lacking in that area, but I feel like I'm in a good place now. I'm in the best place I've ever been now with my upper body strength, so if it's not good enough, then oh well, we've got more work to do, but I feel like I've done everything that I can do. And I think that also added to a lot of the stress that I was having over the last month, because loads of workload on the uni front. Then I'm like taking on this whole extra thing with the army and prepping and doing loads of working out for it. And it's just that constant like burning the candle at both ends situation. Next term, can't wait to have 2 modules all term and not have to worry about the army stuff. And oh, it's gonna be like so much free time, so much free time. Next on my list is TikTok. Basically, I've got back into TikTok. I think when I am super stressed, TikTok is like my therapy. And if you follow me on TikTok, you will see that it's also a bit like therapy. I just share random stuff on there. And I don't ever plan TikToks. I just sort of like sit there and I'm like, I'm gonna make a TikTok, and then I just make a TikTok, which I kind of love the freedom to be able to do that. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, the link is also always in the description. That's just a new thing that I've just been playing around with and having fun with, and I really like being creative, I guess, in different ways, because sometimes with YouTube you can be really creative on this platform, but it's also a very long process to make a video. Like even this one, I'll sit here for maybe half an hour talking, and then I'm gonna edit it, which will take an hour, 2 hours, upload it 2 or 3 hours, and you've got to like do all of the bio and stuff like that, which is another hour. So it's like a day, you know, of work just to put out a video almost. Whereas TikTok is like 2 minutes, and I kind of love the freedom of that. Next on my list, oh my gosh, this is like, if you're not into this, fine, but like I've gotten really into this, is just manifestation. I know loads of people, this is probably an influence from TikTok, right? But like I've been seeing it a lot, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a crack, and there's so much truth in it. Like if you don't know about manifestation, basically it's kind of the idea or the concept of you write down what you want to have in your life, but you know, you need to know specifically what you want and where you see yourself and what things you want to attract into your life, and you write them down and you basically read it back, and then you continue to write it down over a time period, and I guess it reaffirms in your mind what you want and how to work towards it. And the idea is that the universe will then give you what you want. And it's really wild, like on YouTube, whether there's truth in it or whatever, but it's interesting to see all people's stories around it on YouTube, where they've like manifested this one thing and then they get it, and like how it's happened for them. So I've been like doing it, and just like for little things in my life and for other people in my life, and they've worked. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm just gonna say it right there. But I've been enjoying that. I feel like it enabled me to really sit down and think about what I want and where I see myself in 5 years, and what my heart truly desires. And up until then, I'd thought about what I wanted a lot, but I'd never really sat down and thought specifically. I always thought, oh, maybe this or that, but never like exactly what I wanted. So even from that alone, whether manifestation works, whether you want to believe it, whatever, I think the concept of really sitting down and thinking what you want, like to the fine detail, is such an interesting and beneficial process to go through, because it really enables you to then work towards something. I've literally just gotten to the end of this list, so, and it says plans for 2021, so I guess, yeah, that's really everything that's been going on this term and what I've been up to. I almost feel like this term is just blitzed by, because I've just been like in my own weird headspace and not really been doing much. But next term, obviously I've got exams in January, kind of like the 10th, that week, the 10th, 11th of January that week. So I feel like as soon as Christmas Day is out the way, it's going to be like exams. And then next term, I'm going to have so much more time for myself, buzzing, can't wait, you have no idea. And also more time for YouTube. I mean, at the moment, it's worth noting in this video that if anybody is watching to this point in the video, that I'm not going to do the Monday uploads anymore for the foreseeable future. I'm still going to post twice a week, Wednesday and Saturday, and just go back to posting twice a week, purely because at the moment, with exams and essays, I just don't think I have the time to commit for 3 videos a week, but I still want to put some good content out there, so it's still going to be twice a week. Hopefully in the new year, I'll stick to twice a week, but then if I have extra videos, extra time, then I'll just like post them as and when. So I'll probably be posting more than twice a week anyway, but I just don't want to say like, oh, I'm going to post every Monday, and then I get really super busy and things come up out of the blue and I can't do it. I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you like this video, this little update. If you have any questions, put them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. If you want any videos making, you know, then please let me know also down in the comments. I hope you like this video. Hope you guys have a really, really good Christmas. And if you've also broken up from university, oh my God, I hope you have a really good break off. And I will see you guys next week in the next video. Bye.